everybody and welcome back. In this video, we'll begin the process of actually creating our home page. So with that said, let's get into it and let's see how we're going to be doing it. So to get started, the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to close the chat application that was the completed version, and I'm going to open up the version of our chat application that we have been developing. I'll ensure that our debugging has been started, as you can see here, and with this I'm going to now start adding code to our actual home page. So the first thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to make sure that I'm at the home_page.dart file, and in here I'm going to move to our build UI function, which is going to be responsible for showing the UI elements that concern our home page. So as we all know, our home page is going to have just this tab bar at the bottom, which is going to give us two buttons. These buttons are going to give us the ability to actually navigate between our chats page and our users page, and our home page will just be a widget that kind of encapsulates this functionality within it. So let's get going and let's see how to do it. Inside of the scaffold, I'm going to be adding my first attribute, which is going to be a bottom navigation bar, and then the bottom navigation bar is going to be of type bottom navigation bar. With this done, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to open the parentheses, and now we're ready to define the data for our bottom navigation bar. So our bottom navigation bar requires some information that we need to add to our homepage state class before we can actually begin to implement it. The first thing that we need to know is what is the current page that we are on. So in the case that our application just starts, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to set the current page to 0. So now the next question arises, well, if the current page is 0, what is actually 0? What does the number 0 represent? Well, 0 is just an index inside of a list of widgets which details what different pages we can go to. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a list, which is going to be a list of widgets. And inside of here, I'll just call this list_pages, and then I'll set it equal to a list, a predefined list, which is not going to change. And I'll set this list to be final as well, just for the fact that the stuff inside of this is not going to change. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a container, and I'm going to give that container a color of colors.red, let's just say. And then I'm going to just copy this line of code, and I'm going to say that we'll have another container which will be green. So the current index being 0 for the current page just refers that we are going to go to our pages list, and we're going to pick up the 0th index, which is going to be the container of color red. And if we go and change the current page to 1, then we're going to go and pick up the container which is of color green. And for just the purposes of implementation right now, I've just made the actual pages list be a list of containers, because essentially containers are also widgets. But later down, we'll replace the containers with the actual pages that we want to display. So now that we have the current page variable defined, as well as a list of pages that we can navigate to, how do we implement them with our bottom navigation bar? Well, great you asked that. The first thing that we're going to be doing is that we're going to be giving the current index value to our bottom navigation bar. That tells our bottom navigation bar what the current index is, and the current index is whatever current page we're on. With this, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to have an onTap function. The onTap function is going to be run every time we click on one of the buttons inside of our bottom navigation bar. And when the onTap function is called, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to call the setState function, and in setState function, I'm going to set the current page's value equal to be whatever the index that gets passed into us. But how does the actual bottom navigation bar know which elements does it need to display within it? Well, for that, we have a property known as items, in which we actually add all of the items that are a part of our bottom navigation bar. So our first item that is going to be a part of our bottom navigation bar is going to be called a bottom navigation bar item, and it's going to have firstly a label. So the label just refers to the name, and that's going to be chats. And then with this, the second thing is going to be the icon for it. And the icon is going to be an icon widget. And inside of the icon widget, we'll just pass icons.chat, and then it's going to be bubble sharp. And then with this, I'm going to add a comma at the end and do a comma at the end. And that should pretty much be it. And for some reason, our items is giving us an error, and that is because we haven't added a parentheses at the end. So I'm going to add that, do Alt-Shift-F, and do Command Save, and this should pretty much fix the error. For us. So now that this is done, if you save the application, we're going to get an error, and there's nothing to fear. What we're going to do is that we are going to just close the errors patch file and go back to our homepage.dart file and just click on the resume button. And I'm going to just copy this bottom navigation bar item and I'm going to paste it again. And this time I'm going to change the label to be users, and then I'll change the icon to be the supervised user circle sharp. And we have to be careful on the order in which we add these bottom navigation bar items. So as you can see inside of my actual pages list, the first container is index 0, the next container is index 1. And hereby in the item section, the first element is the index 0 and the next element is the index 1. So when we click on our bottom navigation bar item, the on tap function is going to be called, for the index 0 is going to be passed in, and then we'll set current page be equal to 0, and then that's how we're going to update our current page. So now that we have the logic for actually updating our current page, if I do command save, you're going to see that now we can actually see the chats button as well as the users button actually being displayed, and I can click on them and switch between them. However, on the top, nothing's changing. And the reason for that as well, we're changing the current page appropriately. The current page is being updated, but nowhere in our scaffold are we actually using our pages list to actually render something. Well, to fix this, what we're going to do is that inside of my scaffold, I'm going to go to the body attribute. And then what I'll say is that our body is going to be equal to the pages list and then whatever current page index that we're on. So if I do command save, now you're going to see that we have this red background now being shown. And if you see our current page is 0, because we have clicked on the 0th index here, because the bottom navigation bar item that corresponds to chat is the 0th index item inside of the items list, and the 0th index item inside of our pages list is the red container. So when the current page is 0, from the pages list, we grab the container. And as soon as I click on the users button, the on tap function is called. For the index 1 is passed in, the current pages value gets updated. Set state not only updates the current page value, but also re-renders all of the homepage state widget, and that causes our build method to be called again. And in this case, the body attribute then gets set to the pages list and whatever the current page index is, which in this case is 1, and hence we go to the green color. So with that, we've implemented the functionality of actually switching between different pages. And now in the next video, we'll just replace this container, the first one, with our chats page, and then in the video after that, we'll replace the next container with our users page. So with that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.